Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about mindset. I'm going to give you ways to reset your mindset if it needs to be reset. And this can make you to have a much better outlook in life. It will make you to be happier. It will make you to be more successful because it really all boils down to our mindset. If our mindset is right, we tend to succeed in so many things. So mindset is very important in how you see life, in how you respond to life and everything like that. So today I'm going to teach you, I'm going to give you strategies to make sure your mindset is working for you and is making you to be happy and more successful in life. I had a video a while back about being happy, and in that video I put a poll and I asked people, are you happy most of the time or not? Quite a number of people said they're not, and that gave birth to this video because I began to think, wow, is interesting. That's a lot of people will say they're not happy most of the time. And the things that I'm going to tell you is not my opinion only. It's science backed. There are actually research that proves that these things work. I have tried it. The way I look at situations, there are situations that I can potentially get very upset about, but due to me being conscious, being mindful, being very intentional about my mindset, I will be able to not get very upset about that situation. So it works. A lot of people have tried it. I have tried it, and today I'm going to tell you about it. So before we continue, we have to define mindset, because if we don't understand what mindset is, then how are we going to reset it? So what is mindset? Mindset is your beliefs, the way you see things, your attitude, your opinions about how the world works, and how you also respond to it. Your mindset affects, influences your thoughts very powerfully, because it's your mindset that will determine your action or inaction. So it has a lot to do with whether you're successful or not successful. It all depends on your mindset. So now there is a psychologist called Carol Dweck, I think, said there are two types of mindset. There is the growth mindset and there is the static mindset. I'm sure from the name you already know. The static mindset are those people that think nothing can be changed and we're doomed. Life is tough. My marriage is over. This and that. I can never find love. I can never finish school. Those are the static mindset, because they believe that whatever it is what it is. And at the other end, and those people tend to give up so easily. On the other end, you have the growth mindset. The growth mindset believe that no matter what is going on, that with hard work, with consistency and dedication, that there will be an improvement. So, and they seek out for this improvement. They put in the work, and they tend to be more successful because they don't give up. They keep trying. They already have it in their mind that it can happen as long as they put in the work. So they go in and they kill it. So that is very, very important in your growth. It's very, very important in your success. I'm going to prove to you that this thing works. Have you ever wanted to go buy a car and you decide, let's say a red Honda? You go to the store where they sell cars and you look at the red Honda. Now you have fed your mind red Honda. Have you noticed that everywhere you go from then on, everywhere you turn, there's a red Honda somewhere? I'm sure it has happened to you because it has happened to me severally. You begin to see red Honda at every corner of the street. There's a red Honda, and you wonder, were they there before? The same thing if you're looking for a baby or you want a baby. All of a sudden, everywhere you look, you see a baby. You see a nursing mother. You see everywhere. You're thinking, oh, when will it be my turn? Babies everywhere. Or are you looking for love? All of a sudden, everywhere you turn is couples. You're like, everywhere I go, couples. Happy couples. If they're not kissing, they're throwing each other up. If they're not throwing each other up, they're throwing each other down. What is it? You begin to think, I can never find love. Loneliness is going to be my friend forever. You begin to feed your mind with these things. But the reason you're seeing those couples is because that is suddenly important to you. So now, I'm sure we've all had these scenarios happen. So why is it happening? Are those cars there before? Are those babies there before? Are those couples there before? Yes, but you don't notice them. Why is it that you don't notice them? Because of something called RAS, Reticular Activating System. Yes, there's such a thing. These are a group of neurons that actually live in your brain. Okay, neurons, if you remember from school, neurons are nerves that take message information up and down. So these neurons Act as a gate man. Let me use this analogy because it might bring it home to some people. Act like a gate man. When you have a gate man, especially the ones that are trained, what do? They keep the people you want to keep out of your house out of your house, and the people you want inside your house, they allow them inside your house. So this is what these neurons are like. They are gate man for your brain. So if whatever you tell them is important to you, they begin to look for that thing everywhere. They begin to find it. They begin to let it in. So that is the reason you didn't see those cars before, because your RAS didn't know you needed, or that car was important to you. But the minute you fed it, you told it that, hey, a red Honda is important to me. What does it do? It begins to allow red Honda in everywhere. It begins to find them, fish them out. So this RAS is like a gate man, and you can also call it a filter. It filters certain things out and they allow certain things in. Otherwise, if not for those neurons, everybody will go insane because it's too much information. Have you thought about it in a day? How many things you see, how many things you smell, how many things you touch? It's too much sensory. It's too many things happening. So if you don't have a filter, someone might go crazy. So there is a filter that actually allows certain information into your brain and keeps some out. And that is the RAS. So that is how come you can see those things that is now important to you, because RAS works for you is by making sure that whatever is important to you gets into your brain, and whatever is not important to you stays out. That's how it works. So you control it by that, by what you let in, by what you feed it. So you begin to see all the failures. You begin to see everybody that has failed. You begin to see how difficult it is. He begins to let in because he thinks that's what is important to you. That failure is what is important to you. So that's what he allows in. So that's how it works. It works like that in everything. And you see, I'm sure you have those friends. I have them too. You have those friends that everybody's bad. Everything is bad. Everyone is bad. Because that's what they keep feeding their mind. So guess what? Their mind begins to show them all the bad, all the bad, all the bad. I said in the beginning that yes, you can reset your mind. It depends on what you feed it. So what you have to do now to begin to reset your mind, you begin to replace those negative thoughts with positive. You begin to replace I cannot with I can. You begin to replace, for example, you can say, yes, I'm going to find love. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of happiness. I can do this. I can. Rather than I cannot. It's too hard. The world is bad. Everything is bad. So you can begin to replace those. You can begin to be mindful of the things you say. I have come to realize that everything the Bible says have a practical effect in our lives. You know, the Bible says that we should be careful what we say. We should watch our words. Also because of our RAS. Because once you begin to say all those negative things, your RAS is taking it in and making sure that's what it allows in. So, my dear, that is how you can begin to reset your mind. You can start by little practical examples, by little practical things. You can start by waking up in the morning. The first thing you do is get a notepad, get a pen, put it by your bed. Write down 2 things you're grateful for. You're grateful. You waking up alone is something to be grateful for. Write it down. Write down something else. And throughout the day, no matter how difficult things get, try to remember those things. Of course, there are things you cannot control. We all know that. For example, you cannot control other people's action. You cannot control what happens to you sometimes. There are things you cannot control. We all know that. However, your mindset can help you in how you respond to those things, and your mindset can also help you in how you deal with those things, the actions you take about those things, and then that you will leave alone. Okay. However, there are things that you can change. Those are the ones that I'm talking about. So let's begin to be mindful. Start with gratitude. Start with writing things down. Start with daily affirmation. I know sometimes it sounds silly, but it's okay. If that is what you need to get where you need to be, do it. You can look in the mirror and tell yourself you're beautiful. And you can look in the mirror and tell yourself you can do it. You can look in the mirror before you go for that job interview and tell yourself, yes, I'm going to get this job because I am qualified. A lot of things depends on attitude. Why is it that 2 people go for an interview? They both have the same qualification. One person gets hired, the other one doesn't. Have you thought about that? It's the way they present themselves. Their attitude during the interview. The way they handled it is what makes the difference. After all, they have the same qualification. So these things do make a difference in our lives. So let's begin to change our mindset. Let's begin to do better. Let's begin to feed our mind with positivity. Let's keep out the negative, start replacing each negative thought. No matter what has happened to you in life, you can rise above it. In this short video, I have been able to tell you what mindset is. I have been able to tell you the science backing up how mindset works with the RAS, the Reticular Activating System. I have also been able to give you examples of what the mind can do and what it cannot do. And I have also been able to give you practical ways that you can improve your mindset. So let's go out there and live a wonderful life with a beautiful mindset. Take off those dark glasses, put on a bright glasses, so you will begin to see the world in a better light. And then meditate for those things that you cannot control. Meditation is equally very important, because once you have hope, it gives you a better mindset. So let's always make sure that we have a moment where we reflect, where we connect with divinity. It also helps. And thank you so much for listening to me. I hope this video helps at least one person. And if it does, it has accomplished its purpose. Until next time, God bless you.